Yeah, we are discussing this, like, if you wanna keep the pillager on the coin without having backstab of pirates. Some people are saying that you keep it just because you want the coin, but I personally don't like it. I could keep it and show you that it's not correct. Show you how I'm gonna lose. And then I'm gonna just get like backstab pirate and people are gonna be like, what did you say? You're gonna lose? But I don't know. Keeping pillager on the coin like this is same question for like the cultist in Pirate Warrior. The 3 mana free for Bloodsail cultist. Some people like Sintolo say that you keep it every time. Just because it's a really good hard card to high roll. But it's only good if you have the weapon and another pirate. And pillager is only good if you hit removal in the early game, or if your opponent has no early game. So it's kind of like risky. But like, you don't lose that many percentages by keeping it, and you don't gain that much by throwing it away. But I still like not sure. Like now, yeah, I got the backstab and I got the pirate. I also got the patches, which is super bad, because usually you rely on playing pirate backstab and then get patches out of deck and use patches to trade and kill. Clean the board and then you have pillager on 4, which is really good. What I'm trying to say is like, do you keep the card and hope you high roll the other cards in your hand? Or do you like throw it away to get the other cards and then after you to try to make more sure that you get the other cards and not get completely wrecked in the early game? Because you can keep this and then get like Drake Auctioneer and you like lose the game before you can play your pillager. Or you can like steal high roll and get double backstab and then you really are happy you kept it. It's a very tricky question and I'm not really sure how to answer it. It's a very grey line. I'll just backstab the Finley. It's not worth it, but I have 2 backstabs. It's probably pretty bad to backstab it. Maybe I shouldn't have done it. But I wanna just go like turn to dagger. I have 1 more backstab. Then we also have like 2 4-drops, so that's pretty good. This guy is actually pretty bad. Most of the 6-drops are just 5/5s. Not that great. Do you think Deckhand is better than Leroy? Yeah, mostly because I play only against Shamans. Also, it's better in the mirror match. And it's cheaper and it's a pirate. But Leroy helps you against control decks to like get an extra bit of damage in. And just destroy them.
Thank you.
I know now I don't get the 5-drop, the 6-drop. But the 6-drop is like a 5/5 anyways. I want to get the mana tide off the board. So if Viscerate is going here, this is going here. How are we dealing with this? Do we Fan of Knives? Do we prep Fan of Knives so we can patches? We can double Fan of Knives, face tank. Or we can just do this. Force it to do something. There's so many tournaments incoming in the future. We have like global games coming soon. Prelims are next week. Prelims are in 8 days. Like, tomorrow is weekend, and in the next weekend we have prelims already. So like the biggest tournament of the year until now. It's gonna be cool.
Here we go.
I'm such a pussy. Like, I always do this kind of play to not take too much damage. And sometimes I end up using way too many resources to like not take damage now, but I still take the damage later. I have a pretty bad seed, but I don't know. It was very hard to earn points because like, so many people started with like a heads up. I also like messed up ladder last month. I said that I played two servers and I was like more confident, but I ended up not having that much time to like play on both enough to like guarantee like a good spot on one and go for higher on the second one. So like I failed Asia, then I just went on Europe and I finished on Europe. But this month I will only play one server. I have a lot of tournaments and I only want to focus on one server. I think it's like better. Do I ever show us like a 1-1? Oh, I shot like his face. Why not? YOLO. Huh. Yeah, I'll keep the prep.
Here we go.
Tomorrow I also play in the King Win tournament. King Win for charity with passive card. I play against Colento first, and I have Gara and Roger, the Taiwanese player, in my group. Roger is like the biggest memer. It's really fun, dude.
Give me a quest.
Here we go.
Legit question, why do points in other regions count? What's the logic behind that? Probably the logic is because people already had accounts on other servers. So like if they wanted to not allow people to play on other servers, they would have to refund them and they would lose money. But I don't think that's the primary thing. Even from an ethical point of view, if it's that easy to go to other regions and take their points, then why wouldn't it be allowed? It's kind of like immigration. It's kind of like you going to another country to work there because you earn more money. So if you don't like the Hearthstone aspect of players playing NA in Asia if they are from Europe, are you also against like people going and working in other countries to earn more money? Why is that the problem? If they are so good if they are good enough to do that job in the other country and get paid more than they get paid in their own country, and then come back in their country with more money, why is that the problem? It's the same thing with like Hearthstone and points. If you're so good, you can go on other servers and grind points. It shouldn't be a problem. You should also be allowed to play in international events in other regions. And if they allow international events, if they allow people from America to come to DreamHack in Europe, or people from Europe to come to DreamHack in America, or to go to PAX, then they should also allow ladder and open cups. Hashtag keep Romanians of Asia. Already Asia is like all the pro players. If you queue Asia at like 10 PM European time, all the Asian people are sleeping and you only get other European pros. You only play against other European pro players. It's kind of weird. I had a day on Asia last season where I queued like, out of 10 games I queued JJ 4 times, Stan Sivka once or twice. I queued against Vince, against Maverick, and then against one other player. Like, on Asia, if you're like legend and you play like very late, what I'm trying to say is like, half of your games are against pro players. Whereas in Europe you face random players because there's not that many pro players. But there's not that many pro players. It's like a lot of non-pro players are playing. Aren't most pro players just grind the easiest server to secure easy points? Not really. NA is the easiest server and I'm not playing it because it ends at a very bad time. I don't want to stay up all night and have to play NA in the last day. But it is the easiest server. Every single player that played 2 servers, including NA, always said NA is the easier one. And whenever I watch people playing NA, it's way easier. They probably even have less players than Asia too. Like last month I felt Asia was harder than Europe, and so did Tyler, and so did other people that played Asia and Europe. And 2 months ago too, like Jorsey for example, failed on Asia, went on Europe, barely failed on Europe, and then he finished like top 10 NA. So that's like the thing we're dealing with. You go full face here because you die to like a charger anyways.
Here we go.
Life Coach said Asia is the easiest. Yeah, but he didn't play enough on it. He just got legend and that's it. If he plays all the servers for like all the month, then yeah. Second Flame Tongue. Not playing around that. I don't have lethal anyways. Did he just do what I think he did? I don't even have lethal. That was a shame concede if I ever saw any. That guy was so ashamed that he missed lethal that he just seppuku'd himself. Fun fact. Look at my deck. I had no out. Nothing. I had no way to beat him. I go Auctioneer, prep, and what? If I draw Conceal, I don't win. STB doesn't win me the game. Sab doesn't win me the game. Edwin doesn't win me the game. Questing or Pillager don't win me the game either. I had no way to beat him. He missed lethal, but he still would have beaten me. Asia hacked the server, come on. He's rank 8. Just wait till I get to legend. Oh, you get this kind of plays on every server. Don't tell me that on Europe everybody at rank 8 plays like World Championship level. Which wasn't that great. We shouldn't use that as a point of reference. Like, I don't know. My brain tends to want to use the World Championship as a reference, but to be honest, World Championship this year was pretty bad at level of play. Tons of misplays.